What up, YouTube? It's your girl DeeDee. Welcome back to the channel. So I'm back with another reaction video. Now this woman is talking about men who don't have money, and if you gotta wait till payday to help her out, then she don't want to deal with you. And this is what we hear far too often, women complaining about men having money. It seems to me that all they care about is your money. And it's quite interesting in 2025 that more women are talking about what men don't have when they clearly don't have it themselves. And it's interesting because we're in an era where women have talked about being boss chicks, entrepreneurs. They don't need a man financially. They can pay their own rent. They can pay their own car notes. They can pay their own bills. And they still out here complaining about what a man has when it comes to money. It's interesting to hear and see, but I want to play this clip and I want to get y'all thoughts about it. So definitely chime in the comments, you guys. If you are new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, it is free to subscribe. Hit that bell to be notified when I upload new content, and y'all definitely chime in. Let me know what you think about these independent boss chicks still worrying about what a man could provide and still needing a man for his money when they said they didn't need him and they was independent and they made their own money. I don't understand it. Make it make sense. But let's get into the video. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Here we go.
My opinion, but as a man, if your money is funny, if you can't do something until you get paid, you probably shouldn't be dating. I feel like a woman should be the last thing on your mind.
That's like the pot calling the kettle black. The audacity of women out here saying that if you gotta wait, not that you don't have a job now, not that you don't make money, but the audacity of women out here saying that as a man, if you gotta wait to pay for something till you get paid, that's an issue when these women are depending on a man's money, period. So if he shouldn't be dating, you shouldn't be dating. If men who have legitimate jobs and they may not have the money to pay for what you want them to pay for, then they are the brokies and they're the problem when you are the broke one because you need their money to get what you want. Instead of women saying, oh, okay, you got to wait till you get paid. You know, I understand. Well, listen, I'll pay for it because you know what? I am an independent boss chick. I got money. So I'll pay for it this time. And then when you get paid, maybe you can do it. No, they rather shame a man for not providing something that they know they need themselves because they low-key ain't got the money themselves. They gotta wait till they get paid. If you truly are independent and you make your own money and you really got it like that, there's no way you would be waiting on a man to fund your lifestyle and give you money for what you want. But a lot of these so-called boss chicks are really broke chicks. They're out here perpetrating that they got it and they know they don't. That's why it's such an obsession to get a man to pay their bills and pay for this and pay for that because they know they can't do it. The things you're looking for from a man, you can't even provide for your damn self. In my opinion, it's very sad that we have a group of women who say that they're independent boss chicks. They don't need a man. They get into the bag. They can take care of themselves. But they're still out here complaining about a man's money and his finances and worried about what he can and cannot do. If you can do it for yourself, boo, you wouldn't even concern about what a man has to offer or not offer. But see, the gag is these women aren't as successful as they want to make you think. They are not on such this higher level than most men. They are right there with them. But for them, it's an entitlement. They feel like because they're women and they have vaginas that a man, they're entitled to a man's money off rip, that you're entitled to what he can offer you up from the jump. And if he can't give it to you or don't want to give it to you, oh, it's a problem. Oh my God, y'all take to social media and start complaining about somebody else's money. And you don't realize that it makes you look broke. It makes you look weak. It makes you look stupid because if you got your own money, you wouldn't dare make a video about somebody else's money. You would go take care of what you need to take care of yourself and date a man who is on your equal playing field, a man who has the money that you claim to have, that a lot of these women claim to have. You would find a man who's suitable for your needs, but the problem is they can't find a man who's suitable for their needs because a man who has resources for real is not going to deal with these types of women. He's not going to deal with a broke woman with this attitude and this entitlement. He's going to see her from a mile away. He's going to see that she's desperate and she needs help, and he's not going to want to deal with her because he knows that that's going to be a problem. See, the thing is, women talk a good game, but they can't level up the way they expect men to level up. They don't have these millions of dollars themselves to where they don't need a man. The problem is they are desperately needing the finances of men but they don't want to say it, but they still want to proclaim and profess that they are boss chicks, get to the bag, they don't need you, while they need their rent paid, they need their light bills paid, they need them car notes paid, they need them credit card paid, they need everything paid because they can't do it themselves. Instead of saying, hey, yes, we need men, we want to work with men, a lot of them are boasting about they will not do 50-50. What do I look like going 50-50? Do I look like a 50-50 woman? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Y'all all look like 50-50 women. But you don't want to do 50-50, and you make it seem like that's the worst thing ever when you have to pay 100% of your bills 100% of the time. So I don't understand why this idea of you wouldn't dare go 50-50 with a man. You wouldn't dare work with a man when that's what a relationship is all about. So once again, a lot of these women are very entitled, and they do not qualify for the men that they are and what they're expecting from most men. But they're the ones who won't settle. It seems to me that the men should be out here stressing how they won't settle, since they're the ones who are looked at to provide all 100% of everything. They should be the ones complaining about not settling because they don't have to do it. But instead, we got a bunch of entitled broke women who are looking for men to give them a lifestyle that they can't even afford themselves. And you're looking for a man to just do the most when you don't even measure up for what these men are looking for. And this is why you don't get them. And I think most men are playing the games that women are playing. I think a lot of men, if they wanted to, they could do these things for women if they wanted to, but they're choosing not to. They're playing dumb. They're the ones who saying, oh, I gotta wait till I get paid, knowing good and well he probably has the money, but he don't want to spend it on her. I'm just saying. You know, women aren't the only ones who know how to play games. Men have been playing these games, and they're playing them pretty well because they know what these women are all about. And so, you know, a lot of these women who are so educated seem slow as hell. Y'all don't pick up on what these men are dishing out. And then you be mad about it because these men are moving in a different way, and they're not obsessed over you because you are a woman with a vagina. They know that y'all are playing games. They know, sis, and they're not allowing it. You know what I'm saying? And so now they're pissed about it and mad that these men won't pay their bills and do all these things for them because y'all told them y'all didn't need that. Y'all didn't need that. You want them, but you didn't need it. So you get what you get. It doesn't benefit a man to take on any woman these days because he could actually save money staying by himself. So if you want to save money, it would be more beneficial, honestly, to leave these women alone because they're not trying to put in, they're just trying to take. And so as long as they're trying to take without the benefit of being loyal and loving to you and actually wanting to establish something that's real, it's not beneficial to a man. Because already when you come into the door about, come into the relationship or potential relationship saying that you want him to do it all, that to me, that's a red flag. That's not a woman who's cooperative and want to work with you. That's somebody who's willing and wanting to take advantage of you. And if you want to save the stress of that, you have the right to choose and you don't have to settle for those types of women. So listen, y'all, let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Comment, like, subscribe, hit that bell to be notified when I upload new videos or go live. Y'all chime in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.